In a grand chandelier-lit hall, the President of the Philippines and the President of France met face-to-face for a historic encounter, their handshake echoing far beyond the room, symbolizing a bridge between continents and cultures. This was more than a ceremonial gesture. It marked the beginning of a strategic partnership forged in the midst of global uncertainty and shifting alliances. The world watched closely as two nations, separated by vast oceans but united by shared democratic values and mutual interests, signaled the birth of a new alliance. Their handshake was a declaration, the Philippines reaching out for new partners to strengthen its security and economic resilience, while France reaffirmed its global reach and commitment to stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Months of careful negotiation and dialogue led to this pivotal moment, as a major European power aligned with a Southeast Asian nation at a critical geopolitical flashpoint. The agreement promised not only deeper military cooperation and economic investment, but also a unified stance on upholding international law and the rules-based order that underpins global peace. For the Philippines, it was a decisive step toward diversifying its alliances, protecting its sovereignty, and ensuring its voice is heard on the world stage. For France, it was a move to reinforce its influence, demonstrate its commitment to its overseas territories, and support a stable, open Indo-Pacific. The handshake was not an end, but a beginning, setting the stage for joint naval exercises, intelligence sharing, coordinated diplomacy, and a future of shared challenges and opportunities. As the leaders stepped back, the world watched with anticipation, wondering how this new partnership would reshape the balance of power and the future of the South China Sea. The message was clear: a new chapter in international relations had begun, one built on trust, cooperation, and a shared vision for peace. The Philippines and France have formalized a strategic partnership going far beyond trade or cultural exchange. At its core is a shared commitment to international law, especially UNCLOS, vital for defining maritime rights and freedoms. For Manila, this is a powerful endorsement of its legal claims and a response to rising security challenges in the Indo-Pacific. France, with its Indo-Pacific territories, gains a key foothold in Southeast Asia and a stronger regional role. The alliance will bring joint military drills, technology transfers, and intelligence sharing, upgrading the Philippines' defense. Economic ties will deepen, with French investment in infrastructure and technology, and diplomatic coordination in global forums. Together, they aim to amplify their influence, rally support for freedom of navigation, and reinforce the rules-based order. This partnership is a strategic convergence designed to meet the challenges of a contested region. The South China Sea is a vital artery of global trade. 1/3 of all shipping, worth trillions, passes through its waters. Any disruption here would send shockwaves through the world economy, causing shortages and price spikes everywhere. Beneath the waves lie vast reserves of oil, gas, and rich fishing grounds, resources that fuel competition and tension. Millions depend on these waters for their livelihoods and food security, making the stakes deeply personal for coastal communities. Overlapping claims and overfishing threaten both the environment and regional stability. The world's interest in the South China Sea is not just economic, but strategic and humanitarian. Ensuring freedom of navigation and sustainable resource use is a global concern. The region's future will shape the prosperity and security of nations far beyond its shores. The South China Sea dispute is rooted in overlapping claims by China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. China's sweeping nine-dash line clashes with its neighbors' claims, all based on history, geography, and international law. The discovery of oil and gas raised the stakes, turning old disagreements into a high-stakes contest. In 2016, the Philippines won a landmark legal victory at The Hague, with the tribunal ruling China's claims had no legal basis. China rejected the ruling and has since built artificial islands and deployed Coast Guard and militia to assert control. Tensions remain high, with frequent confrontations at sea. The dispute is now a test of international law and the balance of power in Asia. The world watches as the region navigates between confrontation and cooperation. The Philippines' alliance with France is part of a broader strategy to diversify its security partnerships, reaching beyond traditional allies to build new bridges in an increasingly complex world. Relying solely on the US is no longer enough. Manila seeks flexible alliances to counter growing pressure in the South China Sea, where tensions continue to rise and the stakes are higher than ever. Chinese vessels have become more aggressive, prompting the Philippines to internationalize the dispute and seek global support, hoping that a united front will discourage further escalation and assert its rights. France's involvement elevates the issue from a regional spat to a matter of international law and order, drawing the attention of the global community and reinforcing the importance of upholding maritime rules. The partnership brings not just military cooperation, but economic investment and technological support, opening doors for innovation, job creation, and stronger economic ties that benefit both nations. French expertise in maritime surveillance and cybersecurity will boost Philippine resilience, helping the country monitor its waters more effectively and defend against digital threats in an era of hybrid warfare. This comprehensive approach aims to strengthen the Philippines from within and ensure it is not isolated, empowering local communities and enhancing the capabilities of its armed forces. By building a network of partners, Manila hopes to deter aggression and protect its sovereignty, while also contributing to regional stability and peace through collective action. The alliance is about resilience, leverage, and a future where the Philippines stands stronger on the world stage, ready to face challenges with confidence and the backing of trusted friends. France's Indo-Pacific strategy is rooted in its overseas territories and permanent military presence in the region. As a UN Security Council member, France brings diplomatic weight and global influence to the alliance. Its support validates the Philippines' legal position and reframes the dispute as a test of the international system. The French Navy, with its advanced ships and submarines, offers valuable training and joint operations for Philippine forces. Access to French defense technology, submarines, radar, surveillance, could transform the Philippines' military capabilities. For France, defense sales deepen strategic ties and ensure long-term cooperation. The partnership is mutually reinforcing, making both nations more secure and influential. France's commitment is more than words, it's a tangible investment in regional stability. China will see the Philippines-France alliance as unwelcome interference, likely responding with stronger rhetoric and increased activity in disputed waters. Beijing may issue stern warnings, conduct more frequent naval patrols, and even stage military exercises to demonstrate its resolve. The Chinese government will likely use state media to frame the alliance as a threat to regional peace, aiming to rally domestic support and pressure Manila diplomatically. Economic pressure, trade restrictions or reduced tourism may follow as Beijing seeks to deter Manila and warn others. China could target key Philippine exports or limit investment, hoping to create economic pain and sway public opinion. The Philippines may feel the impact in sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism as businesses brace for uncertainty. The U.S. will welcome the alliance, seeing it as a boost to collective security and a check on Chinese assertiveness. American officials may offer additional support, both diplomatically and militarily, to reassure allies and signal commitment to the region. Trilateral exercises with the U.S., France, and the Philippines could soon follow. These joint drills would send a clear message of unity and readiness, while also improving coordination among the partners. ASEAN neighbors will react cautiously. Some, like Vietnam, may quietly support the move, while others worry about regional divisions. Countries with close economic ties to China may hesitate to take sides, preferring to avoid confrontation. The alliance could highlight splits within ASEAN between those leaning toward the West and those closer to China. This division may complicate efforts to present a unified regional stance on the South China Sea. Across the region, governments will watch closely to see how China responds and whether the partnership brings stability or new tensions. Many will weigh the risks and benefits before making any public statements. The new alliance is a signal. The South China Sea is a global concern, not just a regional dispute. International organizations and outside powers will likely increase their attention and involvement. The reactions of major powers and neighbors will shape the next phase of the contest. Their decisions could influence the balance of power and the prospects for peace or conflict in the region. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. Every move will be scrutinized, and the outcome could redefine security dynamics in Asia and beyond. Alliances have long shaped Asia's security landscape, shifting power balances and deterring conflict. The US-Japan Security Treaty transformed post-war Asia, anchoring stability and enabling Japan's economic rise. The five-power defense arrangements fostered cooperation and confidence among Southeast Asian and Western nations. The Quad, US, Japan, Australia, India, emerged to address new challenges, showing how flexible groupings can protect shared interests. These examples show that even smaller focused partnerships can have outsized impact. The Philippines-France alliance follows this trend, a modern issue-based coalition for a complex world. It pools resources, builds capacity, and signals resolve to would-be aggressors. Middle powers and smaller states can shape their own security by building networks, not just relying on superpowers. The new partnership is part of a broader shift toward resilient, multi-layered security in the Indo-Pacific. In a changing world, alliances like this are key to stability and agency. The real test for the Philippines-France alliance lies in its execution. Expect more French naval visits, joint exercises, and closer military cooperation in the months ahead. Diplomatic coordination will intensify, with joint statements and efforts to rally global support for UNCLOS and the 2016 ruling. French investment in the Philippines could boost the economy and public support for the alliance. The partnership signals a new era. European powers are now active players in Indo-Pacific security. This could inspire other middle powers to engage, creating a more resilient, networked security environment. For the Philippines, it's a step toward a more independent foreign policy. For France, a reaffirmation of its global role. The alliance is a bold move in a contested world, charting a new course for both nations. By joining hands, Manila and Paris hope to navigate the turbulent waters of the 21st century together.